So, over 100 pounds. Still can't believe I did that sometimes. I did that. So hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Fitness Friday. Before I begin, I want to quickly say that I am in no way a professional or a licensed nutritionist, and everything I've done up to this point are just some basic tips and tricks. This is what worked for my body. It's 100% my own experience. So results may differ as everyone's body is unique. So let's get onto it. First off, throughout my entire weight loss, I wasn't really posting many pictures or even talking about it that much. For those of you who know, for those of you who know me personally, I didn't post much at all. I didn't talk about it. I talked about it maybe with my grandma, and that was it. My confidence was at its lowest at that time, and even as I was beginning my journey, and I almost felt embarrassed by the fact that I was even trying to do this. And now I know that that's wrong, because no one should ever feel ashamed for trying to lose weight and better themselves for their own life. And this is why I've decided to take my story to you guys to inspire, motivate, and support all of you through your weight loss journeys as well. And my weight loss was just the first part of my experience and journey. And this channel is to bring the second part of my journey. And it's also a way to support and motivate me to continue and maintain my lifestyle goals. And so I'm really excited to continue moving forward and being able to continue with this experience and share it with you guys. Guess I'll just start with when I was in high school. I want to say I was fairly active and I ate well and did, and that was relatively because of my grandparents, but did have some secrecy going on. I started to develop like a binge stress eating problem, which I didn't really realize what it was back then or what that even really meant, and I understand it now. I'm kind of more experienced with it and dealing with it. I remember before Legion pipe band practice, yes, I could play the pipes. I would buy bags of candy and chocolate, and from the convenience store next door, it was the Max Milk. That's what my grandpa would call it, Max Milk convenience store. It's just that I don't even think it's a thing anymore. They're all taken over by those Circle K's. Anyway, off topic. Wow. But I would bring these bags of candy and chocolate home, and I could just not wait to eat them alone in my room at night when no one can see me. And I would just eat them up to the point where my stomach would feel sick, but I never threw it up because I knew that was bad, and I never wanted to go down that path. So I ended up just gaining a bunch of weight, which in the end was still a harmful path because both physically and mentally I had some issues after leaving high school. But yeah, it was more like in university it developed even further. I think just the stress from being away from home and having so much work to do, and it just got worse, and new addictions developed fast, and continuously eating fast food, alcohol, drugs, energy drinks. These are all things I'm going to be discussing further on in the video. But yeah, in university, I never really worked out. I partied, I drank, I ate bad food, I was depressed all the time. I still live and deal with this depression on a daily basis. It has gotten a lot easier since I've been dealing with stuff in my life and trying to maintain a better weight and maintaining a better health all around for myself. The beginning of my journey starts though back in December of 2018, which would be my third year, first semester. It was at the end of my first semester. I went back home to visit my family, and I stepped on the scale that's in my grandparents' room. So there's like old looking scale. Looked down and said 227. And that's when I just froze and stared, and I just almost wanted to cry. That's the biggest I've ever been in my life, and I knew I needed to do something. When I was looking down at that, I just thought, how could you let yourself get to that, and how could you not realize, and with all of your health issues that you've been having, how could you not see that you needed to do something? But that night I thought so much about just how tired of I was, just of feeling lethargic and lazy and unmotivated, and I was tired of feeling out of breath when I walked up one flight of stairs. And I just wanted to be healthy again, and to be able to do what I wanted to do, and just be able to walk down the street without feeling tired. And I wanted to be able to have that energy and, not be so depressed all the time, because my depression played a huge factor in my weight. And they both played a factor with each other. And so that night I decided to order I ordered a Bluetooth scale. It's like Run Fall. I'll link it in the description below for any of you that's interested. I just got it off of Amazon. But I ordered the scale for myself back to the house where I was staying at university. And I was pretty happy when I opened it up, because I had started in that time span of being back at home with my family. That's when I kind of started the weight loss. But I remember going back and seeing that I was 205 and thinking, those 3 weeks of being at home and having that support, it really helped. And I have my grandma to thank me for that, especially because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been eating the healthy foods I am right now. And she was there for me as an emotional support as well. And so I think that's super important for everyone to have. So before I continue with the rest of the video and the rest of the tips and how I lost the weight and what I did, I just want to say to remember, be consistent. This won't happen magically overnight. It won't happen without you doing any work. You have to put in the effort yourself. You have to be motivated. And this isn't a diet. This isn't a one quick fix, 1 year kind of diet. This is a lifestyle change. This is something that you need to maintain for the rest of your life and be able to do it. So remember to be positive, get emotional support, and remember to have fun while you're doing it. Throw some music on if you're cooking in the kitchen, and just keep your goals in mind. This is for a better you and a healthier you, the best version of who you can be. So, fast food. Fast food. Let's get real for a minute. I love my fast food. I love McDonald's burritos. I love my Wendy's chicken strips. But these were all things that were keeping me from my goals. And in the end, they weren't filling me up. So in the end, I was eating more food. When I moved to school, when I went to university, all I ate was fast food. That's all I ordered, with the occasional home-cooked meal, maybe for breakfast, or sometimes I would cook my own lunch. But the majority of my meals came from the university caf, or places like McDonald's, Subway, Eastside Mario's, and Domino's. Domino's was my favorite. I could eat a whole pizza to myself in one sitting. So I had to cut this all out when I started, because, and everyone always talks about how weight loss is 80% of your diet. and they are absolutely 100% correct. I didn't even really start working out that much when I began my weight loss journey. All I did was mainly worked on my eating habits first, because that's what I knew I needed to work on. And I think that's what really everyone needs to work on, because abs are made in the kitchen, right? That's what everyone says. And you know, so I started making smart food choices, and so little by little, so that I didn't overwhelm myself. And fast food was the first thing that I just cut off out of my diet completely. You don't want to cut off like everything, cut off all your favorite little snacks, because it's going to be super overwhelming. It's going to be tough. And I think fast food is probably the first place and the first area of the lifestyle change that should be cut out completely. I mean, even not completely, because me and my boyfriend, once in a while, we'll go to Harvey's, or we'll go to Subway, and we have our few places, but that's it. And we don't really eat out at all, like at all. And fast food is the biggest. And the internet now it's wonderful. We can find so much information and so many different recipes on Pinterest, and just that there's so many blog spots that you can find stuff on, and you can just easily print stuff off or write it out, write a recipe, write something fun to try, experiment with the family, experiment with your friends, throw some music on, have some fun, get away from that fast food habit, and just try to make some real healthy meals, and stick to it. Because once you start cutting out that fast food, I promise you'll notice a difference, because in the end, it's not filling you up. It's going to make you eat more food. It's not good for you. We have no idea what's in this crap. It's not even real food half the time. And we all have the ability to make our own food. We can all go to the grocery store and buy food to make. We have that ability in our hands. We are very much capable of doing so. And if you're someone that you have a disability, and it is very hard for you to be able to do this, then try to find that support. Try to find someone out there that can help you through your journey and can help you make these meals. And this is in no way sponsor, but those healthy meal kits, the good food, and try some of those, even because they come in boxes. I believe they come in a box, and it just comes with like a meal plan for the week. And if anyone has any more information, leave a comment down below for me, and maybe that's something I can look into for myself, because I know that's something I'm still currently struggling with, to maintain a regular, proper eating schedule. So if anyone has any information on that would be awesome. So I'm going to get right into this one. Calories, carbs, and control. When I started, I had to cut my calories and carbs almost completely in half. Just because I was eating at least over 3,500 calories a day, if not more, because sometimes I was eating close to 2,000 calories in one meal, because McDonald's, right? Those kind of meals are stacked in the calories and stacked in the carbs. So I had to cut everything in half. And when I started cutting my calories, I stopped eating fat. When I stopped cutting my calories and I stopped eating fast food, I realized you can eat so much more food, and you can feel so much more full and better and energetic and healthier. I honestly thought this was crazy, because when I started, I lost 15 pounds in 1 month. And I'll put up my little trends here from my Renfo app. But you can see here I lost 15 pounds in 1 month without exercising one bit. I didn't exercise a single bit. This was just by cutting out fast food and cutting my calories and carbs in half, and portion control. And now my trends, you'll notice here, I have some fluctuations, and that's because there were still a few things during my weight loss journey that I was eating and drinking that I hadn't figured out yet. And all of those fluctuations occurred from dairy and alcohol. Alcohol. I'll get into that next, though. I have a whole topic on that next discussion. But biggie, though, for me was dairy. I drank a lot of chocolate milk, like on a daily basis, and I ate a lot of cheese. Hence the Domino's pizza. I eat pizza. It's a lot of cheese for one girl. A lot of cheese. And I am lactose intolerant, by the way. That could play a factor in it. But I was taking my pills at that time when I was eating dairy. But if any other lactose intolerant people have some like info, that'd be cool, to pass along. Leave it in the comments below. That'd be awesome. But some of those few fluctuations where I know I wasn't drinking that week, like drinking alcohol or that weekend, and I would look in the trends, it was from the dairy. And I discovered this because I eventually tested it out. So I was kind of thinking, okay, I'm putting in all this effort, but I'm still seeing some fluctuations, and this is kind of driving me nuts. So I took a couple days, I think it was like 3 or 4 days, where I just exclusively drank water and chocolate milk. And I gained, I don't know, I gained so much weight. I have the trends here, I'll put them up again. But it was just nuts. So I cut one, ouch. So as soon as I cut that dairy out, I noticed those fluctuations disappeared. But in short, the only thing that I really did here was cut out my cut in half my calories, my carbs, and or to a reasonable extent to your body type, because remember, like I said, everyone's body is unique, so it depends on your body size and how many calories you'll need to start losing weight. But I cut mine in half, that kind of basic, like 1,500 mark. There's some days where I was eating a little higher, but all good food. And then I just cut out, a large amount of dairy and just portioning my meals correctly, meaning not overeating or not eating 2 plates for dinner or 2 plates for lunch. Try to stick to that one. And if you're a little bit hungrier after still and you're not feeling satisfied yet, try to drink well, I used to do this. I don't do this anymore because I don't really have a problem with getting full now. I think my stomach, it's all changed, But I used to just drink a glass full of water with some lemon juice in it, and that helped my stomach a lot, I found. And if you find that doesn't help, or you're not a fan of that lemon water, try having a little snack. You can have some crackers with 2 to 3 pieces of cheese on it, because I know I said cut dairy out, but a few little pieces of cheese isn't going to harm you, and it is full of some nutrients still, and it'll help give you a little bit of energy and a little that boost you need. And and again, like I said, if you don't like that water, you could also try a hot cup of tea, add a little bit of honey in it. Try to stay away from the sugar. I always find honey tastes really good in tea, or you can try that agave syrup, I think it's called. And this is in no way sponsored at all. I wish it was. Cliff Bar, you should sponsor me because I love you so much, all of you. But I highly recommend. I've been eating these since I was in high school on our cross country ski team. A friend of my sister's friend, actually, her mom, Maria, she got us into these, and I kind of got out of them, but I've recently gotten back into them because my boyfriend loves Cliff Bars, and it just so happens that we have the same favorite one, which is this Cliff Builders Protein Mint one, and it's like covered in chocolate. I'm just gonna open it up now anyway because I'm probably gonna eat it after this video because I'm getting hungry. But it's just like a mint bar with some chocolate around it, and they're just packed with some protein, and I find it's a really good extra snack. And sometimes I don't even eat a full one. I only have to eat a half of one to feel full, and I'll just save the other half for later or the next day. But they have all sorts of kinds of flavors, so highly recommend that if you're ever feeling a little bit hungry. All right, so let's talk about quickly. I don't want to stay on this subject too long, because now you're either gonna drink or you're either not, and I can't convince you to not drink. I can just only give you some facts I know and what worked for me, and yeah, that's about it. So I developed a mad alcohol addiction when I moved away from home, and I truly, truly believe that this 100% contributed to a majority of my weight gain. So now hear me out. I know some people might argue against this with the whole alcohol. It doesn't make you gain weight, but I do have quite a few interesting facts that I just want to share with you guys today. And the link will be in the description below, so you guys can check that out for where I got it and just a bit more information if you're interested. It was like a UK study, but in the end, alcohol is alcohol, so it does not matter where the study came from. We're all human. We all have this, same kind of system, but it's alcohol. Okay. So first, alcohol does this neat little thing to your body, and it stops your body from burning fat. Cool, right? You don't want this. You don't want your body to stop burning fat. And I'll get into this a little bit more. It's also very high in kilojoules, and it's very, very calorie dense. Just 1 gram of alcohol has around twice as many calories as a gram of carbohydrate or protein. And twice as many is a lot, just for that drink, just for that fun night. That's a lot, The average wine drinker will drink an additional 44,200 calories per year. This is the equivalent to 221 donuts a year, just in wine, and that's just the average wine drinker. So this isn't including, alcoholics and people who drink hard liquor and a little bit more than just the average glass of wine a night. That's a lot. It's a lot of calories. Our livers love ethanol, which is an alcohol derivative, turning almost all of it into energy. So therefore, our body stops using our own fats and carbs. This is what I was talking about earlier with body stops. The alcohol does that neat thing, stops the body from burning fat. It's because of this. It takes that ethanol from the alcohol and uses that as energy in your body instead of the fats and the carbs that are already in your body. So in turn, this is storing up your excess fats in your body, leading to weight gain. The moment I gave up alcohol, that was the best moment in my life with how much weight I was losing. That was it. That was the key factor that was keeping me from my goals, was alcohol. And the other half of those fluctuations like I was talking about earlier, that were coming from the dairy, the other half of those were coming from this alcohol. Because as soon as I stopped drinking, I noticed those fluctuations just disappeared. And however, though, it took me a long time. It took me a long, long time to get to that point. I only cut out alcohol completely back in March of 2020. So coming up soon, almost a year. And I've had about maybe 3 to 4 drinks in total in between since then. And yeah, I just want to say that, like, I'm super proud of myself for this, because it's not every day you hear of the, 20-some-year-old, not drinking, not giving up, like not drinking at any sort of social event. But I just couldn't do it anymore. I knew I wanted to accomplish more. So, and I have my family and my boyfriend to thank, um, for the support that they've given me, because if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would be where I am today. And the whole reason why I gave up alcohol was because of my boyfriend, and we both gave it up together. We both don't drink. We're both alcoholics. And yeah, we just, having this support made it so much easier for me to cut it out of my life completely. And I don't miss it one bit now. I don't miss waking up on the floor, the next day, not really remembering what happened. I don't miss puking in the middle of the night. I don't miss feeling like absolute crap for the next week and just feeling so lazy and not energetic at all, and I don't miss any of it. None of it. Cutting out alcohol was a huge lifestyle change for me, and it has given me so much motivation to just do so much more with my life, and not just for the weight benefits, but for the health benefits as well, the mental benefits even. And alcohol is a man-made poison. It's something that we do not need in our bodies. This is something that we have created, and it's not necessary to our normal bodily functions. It's not necessary at all. And I strongly believe that, like, if you can and you're willing, cut out alcohol from your life, and if you want, have the odd drink here and there. I know I still do. I don't have it in my house though, because it's tempting. I'd strongly suggest keeping it out of your house. And if you want to have a drink, do it when you're going out with friends, and try to have one. And always remember, get in the car with someone else, don't drive, because even if you're just having one drink, if you're giving it up, that one drink is going to give you the buzz of your life. After I gave it up for a while, after my first drink, it was insane. I couldn't even like imagine the buzz someone would get if they'd never had alcohol in their life. It's crazy. But if you have to drink here and there, that's okay. And by no means am I bashing anyone or saying that, you're a bad person if you drink alcohol. Just for me personally, it's something that has severely affected me and my life, and others around me as well. I will admit that. And it's just all around. It's not necessary. Alcohol is something that I didn't need in my life, and I didn't want to have in my future family's life, and I don't want that around me anymore. And the benefits with it for the weight loss was just a plus with that as well. But yeah, cutting this out of my life has done so much for me and so many favors, and I'm never ever going back to alcohol. So I hope you can join me with that as well, because that would be awesome to get more people out there, have more people sober, not partying as much. We don't need that. We don't need that in our lives anymore. And not trying to be a hypocrite because I've done that all in the past and I've lived, did all of that. I did all of that. I experienced it firsthand, and I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun. There were times I had fun, but it definitely set me back for my goals. It set me back a lot, and it stopped me from being the best version of myself. Alright guys, so another thing I'm going to talk about is something you've probably heard in many, many videos, but it is very, very true. So you must all listen. Drink your water and not calories. Now and I am a Pepsi addict. If you see my Instagram, I posted a picture with Pepsi, and if you know me personally, you know I love Pepsi. I love it. It's my go-to pop. And I wish I didn't. But I have my lovely grandfather to thank for that because he is also a Pepsi addict. And we would watch the hockey game all the time with a nice cold can of Pepsi. Ever since I was a kid, it's always been Pepsi. I'm sorry, Coca-Cola fans. I do love Coke though, here and there. But Pepsi is my number one. But, but at the end of the day, my go-to must be water. When I started drinking water, a lot of water, I was also drinking iced coffee at the time. And we all know that the iced coffee is high in sugar. The iced coffees from McDonald's or Tim Hortons. Even the sugar-free vanilla one, I'm still skeptical on that because, like, what are you putting in that to make it taste so good? I kind of want to know. Why does it taste so good? Does anyone know? What is up with that sugar-free vanilla syrup? It's so good. I haven't had it in forever. I usually only have iced coffee in the summer. But anyway, this is something I'm still struggling with on a daily basis. This is something I have to tell myself. This is something my boyfriend has to tell me every day. To drink my water. I need to drink the water. I don't drink enough water. And I will say at the beginning of my weight loss, I was drinking a lot more water than I have been now, and I've definitely been slacking a lot. And I think that's just because of, what's been going on. And I recently moved too, so I'm middle of a mess right now still. There's currently blankets on my door to cover the noise in the lobby. So the drinking water is one of those things where I just kind of forget. Honestly, I'm just so busy all the time that it's something that I need to try to keep out more, keep it out in bottles, and if you're someone like me and my boyfriend who don't like tap water because we hate it, don't like the tap water at all. We use a Brita. It's not very big. And I think that's partially the reason why I don't go towards water so much because it's not as easy or accessible, I want to say, or at least first world accessible because um, it's so easy for me to get. But I'm still lazy. We're all human. None of us are perfect. And I still don't go for my water as much as I should. Um, and so the only thing I can suggest here, and a tip that I've been trying to do recently in the past 2 weeks, actually, to get myself to stop drinking so much Pepsi, is we have these little rack things in our fridge that hold like the whole case of pop, and we usually keep ginger ale and Pepsi and ginger ale just in case our stomachs are feeling upset. Like ginger ale occasionally if I'm not feeling good, but usually I just put in one pop at the moment, and two if my boyfriend wants one later at night, just so it's cold for him. But I usually try to keep in one for myself, and I don't put it in until I put one in earlier, like about an hour ago. And it's like 3 o'clock right now. It's like 3:30. I can't see shit. It's 3:30 right now, and I just put my pop in the one pop in, and that's my pop for the day, just to keep me from drinking more because I don't like warm pop. I won't drink it out of the box, so that helps me. I don't really go towards the juice that much either in the fridge. Um, Nor the milk. I usually do just tend to go towards water and Pepsi occasionally if I want one. Yeah, so this goal is just, to drink the water and not, not calories. Don't be drinking your calories with all those frappes from Starbucks and a bunch of iced coffees every day and energy drinks, and it's just a bunch of stuff, you don't need. And so at the end of the day, you really only need water in your body. You can have some orange juice too. I like orange juice. Orange juice is pretty good. But yeah, we can hand this one out together, guys. The drinking water, drink water more often. We can do it. All right, guys. So now I'm going to be quickly going through what I did for exercise, and which won't be long because there's a fluff. Which won't be long because I mostly just walked. And that's my secret. I walked. Yeah, I walked everywhere. This has got to be one of the most underrated exercises of all time. My grandma has been telling me since I was a kid to just get out and walk. There's so many benefits to it. I wish I had listened sooner to her, but hey, live and learn. But yeah, I walked to work, I walked to school, I walked to the grocery store, and then on top of that, I walked for fun. I always made sure that I walked at least 10 kilometers a day, and if I didn't reach my goal by the end of the day, then I would just tack that on the next day. I wouldn't stress about it. It's not a big worry because I never really went by daily calorie counts, or I usually did it by the week. I found it was a lot less stressful and a lot more easier on my body. And okay, if there's one day that I'm eating a little bit of an excessive amount of, sugar, then the next day I won't eat as much sugary foods. And the same with the walking. If I missed a day of walking, and I try to get out a little bit more the next day, and even throw in a little bit of a jog walk into it and do a mix of both. But yeah, this is such a great exercise for consistent weight loss. If you're a little bit on the bigger side and you're struggling with those more intensive workouts, and I discovered this actually with, I'm sure some of you have heard of Kayla, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Kayla Itsines, her BBG workout, it's the Beach Body Program. I remember I looked into this program when I was in about first year university, when I was trying to start to lose weight, and I did a bit of it here and there. But I remember one of her biggest things that she discussed was walking. And she talked about all the time trying to get in a 20-minute walk on a daily basis. And, she had her high intensive training workouts as well, like her HIIT workouts, along with her program. But I found that the walking in general for maybe at least an hour outside is just so beneficial to your body. It's so easy on your joints, especially if you're on the bigger side and you're not used to exercise. Just try to get out and walk for a bit, and try to increase your time by every day, just by a minute or two every day. Just increase it, and I did this because I thought this would be a simple way to lose that extra fat I had, and this is just part one of my journey, which was to lose that and maintain it. And I'm in that maintenance process right now, and I will be for the rest of my life because I come from a big family, My dad's a very big man. My mother is a big woman now. And my grandfather was big, and I just don't want to let that affect me in the future. So I need to make sure I'm maintaining this. And that's why I kind of am bringing this to you guys, because my second part of my journey is to build up on that and tone up and build some muscle and keep maintaining myself and make sure that I don't go back to that and lose myself again, because I don't ever want to. All right, guys, so thank you so much for sticking through this. If you have stuck with me until the end, I know this was a very long and tedious video, and I talked your ears off, and I'm very sorry. But this was so hard for me to film. I've been thinking about filming this for a long time now, and I'm finally happy I'm doing it, and I'm so glad that I have all the support that I need to be able to do this, and the confidence that I have now to be able to do this, and to just be able to share my experience with you guys and put this out there in hopes that I can inspire and motivate and support you guys as well through your weight loss journeys. And you know, no one's perfect. Everyone has their flaws. And sharing this with you guys today has given me much more confidence in myself than I even had before. So, and thank you again so much for watching. Alright guys, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more fitness tips and workouts, and for my fashion videos as well. And have a wonderful, awesome day. And I'm so excited to start this journey with you.